This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go before our drivers hurtle off the line and into the first turn, the Niki Lauda curve. It was renamed in 2019 in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Piastri, Alex Albon, and Antonelli, Ocon, Stroll, Bortoletto, and Jack Doohan, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Yuki Tsunoda, and Behrman, Hughes, Hamilton, Pierre Gasly, and Carlos Sainz. Lawson and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. So much to talk about on what is such a short lap. It's the fastest lap times of the season, but that doesn't mean it's not a challenge.
It's a real challenge to get right, this circuit. Lots of tight corners linked up with very long straights. You've got 3 DRS zones as well. That means that the racing is often very close, and you can hang on to potentially a faster car if you can stay within that 1 second buffer. But you've then got some higher speed corners like turn 6 and 7 in the middle of the track, and then the 2 final corners as well. Track limits. Yep, there we go. I mentioned it. Be careful.
Mic on.
Fala aí, pessoal, beleza? Então aqui, ó, voltando com problemas na gravação. O Q1 e o Q2 foram bem legais, porém a gravação cortou, tá? Mesmo caso que eu tô tendo com a NVIDIA, eu não sei porquê. E eu vou começar a trazer vídeos no formato só de corrida, trazendo resumo pré-corrida dos qualifyings. Por exemplo, nesse qualifying aqui a gente foi muito bem no Q1, tá? A gente fez um primeiro tempo, então a gente foi P1 no Q1. No Q2 eu saí logo no início para não pegar a parte de chuva, porque ia chover dentro do Q2. Eu vinha fazendo uma volta bem boa, talvez não ia baixar o tempo que eu tinha feito, que era um 6.3 aqui. Acabei rodando nos S's, não sei por que eu perdi a aerodinâmica traseira, eu acho que eu provavelmente pisei um pouco antes da hora. Perdi a aerodinâmica, o carro saiu e eu acabei perdendo ali. E no momento que eu fui sair novamente já estava chovendo, mesmo com pista molhada eu tentei fazer uma volta de slick, a gente fez um 8.5, foi bem ruim, foi 2 segundos e pouco aí, 2 segundos e 2 de perda basicamente, e a gente vai largar de 15º. Aqui basicamente vou tentar diminuir os danos, tentar pegar ponto pelo menos, talvez, eu gosto muito da Áustria, talvez chegar lá na frente, né? Como vocês viram ali na legenda, quando o narrador estava falando, chamou de Albert Park, porque americano não sabe geografia, né? Eles não estudam geografia, eles só sabem do país deles. A gente está na Áustria, que é na Europa, bem diferente de Austrália, que é na Oceania. Então, vamos para a corrida, vamos ver o que a gente consegue, e é isso. Valeu aí, e espero que vocês gostem desse novo formato. Se vocês quiserem deixar a opinião de vocês ali, de só a corrida, com comentário de como foi o qualifying, me avisem aí nos comentários ou até mesmo lá no Discord. Valeu, pessoal, e boa corrida para vocês.
Mic off.
The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back. Okay, DRS is now available. Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. for now. Keep taking care of them. Expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, clear. Nice move, good job. Gap to your teammate behind, 6.8 seconds. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 2.8 seconds. Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Time last lap, 1 minute, 10.8. Their tyres are 8 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. last lap, 1:11.0. Okay, gap to the car in front, 1.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, so you're gaining by around 0.6 a lap. Okay, mate, engine's running too hot. Engine is running too hot. Let's keep it a bit cooler for now, please. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, gap ahead, 2.3 seconds. Okay, some information on Norris. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. Caution, caution. The track is clear, green flag. Great stuff. It looked like you made easy work of that target. Let's try and keep that going right through to the end of the race. Push now, we're boxing this lap. Don't forget, box this lap. Okay, off we go, back into the race. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Okay, Gabrielle's in the pits. Gabrielle is in the pits now. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. Expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 17.5 seconds. Okay mate, Ocon ahead. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible and crack on. Push, push. The body's taken a little damage, just watch out for it. And gap to the car in front, 1.6 seconds. lost the position. Try to keep focus. Weather's changing now. You might want to review our strategy. Copy. Okay, forget the targets for now. We've got to focus on the pit stop. Gabriel coming in for his stop now. Right, let's go, come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. Okay, the stewards have now disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 10.3 seconds. Okay mate, that's Stroll behind you. We want to keep them behind please, it's critical for our race. Gap to your teammate behind, 22.1 seconds. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.4 seconds. Okay, you're catching the car car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres. Tyre condition still looking good. Mate, you made that look easy. Nice work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 5.0 seconds. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
The checkered flag is out. We're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
And of course, what 3 race victories, a hat-trick of wins, does for a driver's confidence is huge going forward in the championship. You know, they've got the energy on their side now, and it's for the others to try and stop this progression of victories.
What a day it's been for Formula One, and what a day it's been for these 3 drivers. Time for the podium celebrations. Time for our drivers to celebrate. But there can only be one on the top step. Your number 1, Max Verstappen. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Mic on.
Olha só, rapaziada, a gente lá, 184, cara. A gente foi muito bem nessa corrida aí, saímos de 15º para 6º. Tomamos só 44 segundos do Sr. Max Verstappen, né, que não tem como fazer, mas a gente estava fazendo volta mais rápida do que o Oscar Piastri, o Leclerc, o Albon, o Ocon. A gente estava muito rápido. Inclusive o Ocon correu muito bem nessa corrida ali. A Haas dele estava bem acertada. Quando a gente estava chegando nele, eu acabei ficando brigando com o George Russell e ele disparou e eu não consegui mais buscar. Mas foi isso, foi uma boa corrida. Fiquem aí com os melhores momentos agora. Valeu!
Mic off.